Hey there, just wanted to do a follow-up video to my 100-hour Robalo R180 review. So now I'm at 200 hours. It's getting close to 2.5 years. Um, and just want to go over some of the maintenance I've done, the upkeep, how things are working out as far as finishes and things like that. Some of the things have fallen apart. I have had some failures, but nothing that's left me stranded. Um, and just an overall 200-hour review because now we've got some age on it, so it's really been put to the test. So let's get started. We'll start with the trailer. Basically, this trailer jack has failed already. The gears inside had broken a cross pin inside of them, and one morning I came out to fish and turned the handle and the thing just went crunk and just kept spinning. So that was kind of a bummer. We were able to use my farm jack and get it on the trailer and get on the water, but to fix it I wasn't going to buy another one, but I can do all kinds of stuff. So I pulled it apart, I welded the gear back to the shaft. I have looked at it recently and it's starting to fall apart in another place, so I don't know, I might get another 6 months out of it and we'll just have to replace it that time. I did add solar charging, definitely helps. I'm, like I said, 2.5 years into the batteries. They're definitely starting to show some wear. Basically their resting voltage, with everything off and them not being used, is starting to get lower and lower. So I think they're resting at 11.9 if I don't put a charger on them. Brakes, I've gone through them twice, not for any reason, just to check them out. When I say go through them, I just pull the calipers off, lube up the pads, lube up the pins, lube up the lug nuts, anti-seize everything, put it all back together. So far so good on that. Lights, all going strong. I did get a different cover. I had the factory Robalo one, and I made an newbie error, and I lost it. But anyways, I got this one. It's fitting a little better because of the trolling motor in the front. It actually works out better that I have that one. Okay, so the prop. This prop isn't like most props that I've dealt with. It doesn't have the bushing inside. It seems like this newer generation of boats, they run this like 3 rubber puck system that sits on inside shaft. But anyways, it's rebuildable, at least. It's not something that's major, but I did notice an excessive slop in it. Pull it apart. I want to say those little rubber pucks in there were like $8 a piece or something like that. They were real cheap. Blasted it, painted it, got all good. So that thing is fresh. 200 hours, we did the water pump, all the fluids, plugs, compression check. Oh, anoids. I did have the anoid under here starting to go, so you want to check those. But the anodes on the motor, perfectly fine. Compression, perfect. I've been documenting that, so there's nothing there that I need to worry about. So let's get on deck. So probably the best upgrade I've done since last time is this extra rod holder set. Got one on each side. I mean, they're fully custom made. I can't imagine you'd be able to find anything that you could bolt there that'd work well, but just that extra storage. Like I said, these are just in the way if you're fishing, so I was pretty happy with those. I did have a failure up here on the trolling motor. You can see how with the 80-inch shaft it does this. So I lost my bushings. I mean they failed up in here. They split out, and literally I was going back home from a trip and the thing just tilted forward and almost slammed in the water. So otherwise that was the only thing. Honestly, the parts, I think all the bushings I needed, plus I put some new gears in it, were like 25 bucks. There's a Minn Kota parts source for these. If you just start Googling around, you find it. They just have everything. It's actually pretty cool. But I do need to add a support either off this rail, which I'm not too happy about because it's going to get in the way of fishing. So I am trying to, wrap my brain around making a new plate, coming off here with some more stainless and doing something to just support here, because this shaft is solid plastic, so I don't think it's going to care as long as this stuff in here with the gears and the little bushings that can split out are happy. So that's good. I'm just gonna have to figure something out and make that happen, but it's just the way it goes, I guess. Okay, so things that are kind of messed up on the boat. My console, I've got some cracks. I mean, I have been through some rough stuff, but I don't know. I'm not really happy about it, but I'm not super sad about it either. This one sucks, so I hope the camera doesn't pick out how ugly it is. But anyways, it literally was like an air bubble that you could put your finger through that like collapsed on itself, and it was just like someone pushed a hole with their finger in styrofoam. I contacted Robalo about it. They half-assed, like, took their time to get back to me, and it was just like a pain. So as of right now, I just put some epoxy in it just to keep it from looking terrible. But yeah, that's probably the biggest sad thing, you know. But other than that, everything else has been good. The bait tank, still working great. I would say, I don't know, depending on where you're from, but I say SoCal bait stations. We've got, you know, half scoop, full scoop, things like that. Kayak scoop, definitely won't hold a full scoop. Half scoop, they will get, you know, they'll roll on you, but you'll have some left over. I guess it just makes you some chum. But it's not the greatest bait tank in the world. It does work though. If the best luck I've had is with sabiki bait, put it in there, which, you know, you get 10 to 20 baits in there, they're happy. I am thinking, or just trying to work up a plan to do a sealed pressurized bait tank. So it would require a plexiglass cover. It's already got a pretty good seal, and some way to open it up before you open the lid so that it doesn't just like bleed all over the place. But I think it's totally doable. I just one more thing to tackle, right? Okay, so general upkeep on the boat. It's been the, you know, usual wash down after every use. So as far as besides that, it's going to be for me, it's been McGuire's spray ceramic wax once every 2 to 3 months. It seems to be pretty buttery still. I don't really have much oxidation coming in yet. I will say on top of that, I'm going to do my best to keep this thing as shiny as possible for as long as possible. I do use wheel acid on all the stainless, and what that does is it kind of gets in the cracks. You can see I got this going right here. So you spray that on there and you use a nylon brush and you get in there and then you rinse it really well, and that'll get that out pretty easily. It's really effortless. So I use that on all the stainless. It's been staying pretty good. And then of course a nice little polish after. Simple green, nothing fancy. I don't use a lot of marine products besides like Salt Away and things like that, but you know, I get a lot of compliments on it, so it's still looking good for sure. Okay, one last thing, the trailer. Had to do a plug. That's going to be pretty normal. These things are on their way out, so just keep that in mind. If you're a new boat owner, you want to just keep your thumb on that kind of stuff. Make sure you keep everything lubed. Other than that, it's been a great boat. I really have about 95% nothing good things to say about it, but I think it's pretty good because I'm a pretty picky person. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, hope it informs you, maybe help you make a decision. Other than that, good luck out there and hope you catch some fish.